You. Great. Hi. I love those little voices. Whoever I heard had the little voices. It was so great to hear that. Awesome. Well, wonderful. Well, great. Well, everybody's just kind of filing in. I just wanted to say good morning. We've got a really great call scheduled today. Dr. Clint is here. We're so glad because he wasn't sure he was going to be here. So Clint, say hello.
Hello, everybody. The internet's a little bit slow and I'm trying to get us on Facebook Live, but I'm so excited to be with you today. So excited about what's going to happen. I see so many people on this call I just love and respect, and I'm so happy that you're here. Alex, Mariam, so many people. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning, Clint.
Gary. Yeah, I'm joining live from Dominican Republic. I had to walk about 20 minutes to where there was a little cafe with internet. So look, you can see I'm at this little cafe. It's called Nana's Wi-Fi Coffee and Pizza Place.
Well, you've got all the bases covered there. I don't think they have mung bean soup there, though. Might have to
no, but it's
amazing.
Actually, it's amazing. At this retreat, there's like 3-4 people brought their own mung beans, and so the chef is making mung beans every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's amazing.
How can it get any better than that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Well, cool. Well, we've got a full schedule today. I know that isn't your niece at the airport, so did you want somebody to share their experience from what your niece had? Is it Miriam?
I don't see Ashlyn on yet. Try and send her a message and see if she's about to come on.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
I do have some music to share. I want you to know that. Okay.
Awesome, Gary. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that. We had some news this week. We had a couple of things happen that don't normally happen. And I just kind of thought we might want to bring some attention to it. Is Ronnie on the call? Is Ronnie the one that's doing the book club? Is Ronnie on the call? Ronnie, if you're on the call, will you unmute yourself? Clint, will you share about the book club?
I don't see her on the call. Yeah, but
no, she's not on the call yet.
Yeah, I was contacted by Evolve Health. I think it's called Evolve Health.
Evolving
Health. Yeah, Evolving Health. Super. Thanks, Dick. And Ronnie, who's in charge of it, said, they do book clubs, different authors. And she said, your book club fits so perfectly the whole theme of Evolving Health. And so she just requested that we could do a whole book club concept. So you'll be seeing an email soon about how they start book clubs. I'm just the guest on it, but I'm excited to see what happens as we go step by step. Super. Yeah.
Wonderful. And then also Dick and Linda, they had a radio call this week, which was kind of cool. Dick, do you want to kind of share a little bit of highlight of that?
Well, Linda Rousseau, a wonderful new friend, and to all of us in a way, consented to be my guest on Local News and Social Artistry, where I met Clint about 6 months ago. And so Linda got to tell her story about growing up in Detroit and the shifts and changes that happened during her life that have produced a wonderful transformational coach and mind surgeon. She trademarked the name Mind Surgeon because of the intricate work that she does with people and helping them shift from unhealthy beliefs to healthy beliefs. It's just a great story.
That's so wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And I know Dick has interviewed many people from the group, and it's just a joy to listen to. So I just wanted to bring attention to that because it just really helps us get to know each other a little bit better. And that's what this is all about. It's just the community here. It's just been so wonderful. So Linda, did you want to say anything about your interview with Dick? I saw that you were on the call.
Not ready for the camera yet, but I just want to thank Dick for giving me that opportunity. I thank all of you because it was an enjoyable time with him, and even getting to know Dick a little bit better, and just to be able to spread how our life experiences and beginnings doesn't define who we are. And we have that choice and decision that we can make and be the change that we want to see. And even being able to, the different things being learned from ancient secrets and the reminders and being able to implement them in everyday life and just understand people better. That truly is a huge key. And it's an honor and truly a blessing to be a part of this community and be able to share my journey and help others along the way.
That's so awesome. Well, both of you guys are such an integral part of this. Did you have something to say, Anne? Oh, I thought you were raising your hand. Good morning, Anne, by the way.
Good morning. Actually, I do have a fun story. I actually
Perfect.
was moving something off the screen, but so Susie, can you hold 1 second? I'm unmuted for 1 moment. My daughter, when she was a little girl, she went to really special schools, and then in 2nd grade, I let her go to public school, and she was very not used to like being yelled at. And so the 2nd day of school, she stood up and said to the teacher, you know, is this really necessary? And the teacher actually admitted later that she kind of like punished her. So my daughter had a very bad reaction at school.
Sorry about
And
that.
she would not read books. She refused. And I'm an avid book reader. So she and we would fight a lot about that. You know, like you have to read books. Like I couldn't imagine a world without reading books. And she absolutely, we found out she was dyslexic and she refused to read. My daughter is now 28 years old and school was not fun for us. School, she even one day said to me, you cannot be my mother if you're sending me to this place. I refused. I said, I had you at home. How could I not be your mother? They couldn't have switched you. You're mine. And she said, no mother would ever make a child go to such a place. So it's been such a struggle. My daughter's now 28. I got a text the other day. She wants to know about this book, this ancient secret something book. So it'll be delivered to her house on my birthday. It'll be my birthday present. I'll actually be able to discuss a book with my daughter for the first time in our whole life. I'm so grateful. And I think that she'll benefit a lot from it. So I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.
It's amazing.
I love it. I love it. I gave myself the book for my birthday as well. And so what a great birthday gift. I mean, it really is. It was one of the very best birthday gifts I had. I am so grateful for this book. Padmalaya, would you like to say something?
That reminds me
Anne.
that my son Carson, who is 19, and many of you know about him, he just started reading the book this week as well. And because I just one day I said, hey, because you know, sometimes he plays chess on his phone or does some different things. And I said, oh, do you want to read Clint's book? And he said, sure. And he started reading it and he's really into it.
Oh, it's so awesome. I love the fact that these young people are starting to really come into the community. It's really amazing.
I'm trying to get him to join. And I told him there's some other young people, but I think he's apprehensive. But I think he's going to naturally want to after he reads further.
Well,
see.
there's some pretty influential people coming into the group. So, you know,
He's not affected by things like that because he's just not like that. You know,
Got it.
His whole life has evolved around being outside of the norm. You know, like not just from the autism, but, you know, he was, speaking of schools, Montessori and just, you know, never really affected by things like that. I think he's going to want to do it because it's wonderful. There are wonderful people. It's wonderful concepts. You know, it's all love and goodness.
That it is. That
Yeah.
it is. Hey, Clint, are we on Facebook Live yet? No? Okay.
It's that my internet's so slow here, so it's taking a long time. We're not on Facebook Live yet, but I got a message from my niece. She's just going through security, and she's going to join in just a minute or two.
Okay, that
So-
sounds really great. Good, good. Thank you for keeping me up to date. I would like to know who in this group is this is their very first time. So I'd like in the chat, I would like you to put the number 1 if this is your very first time joining the call. Would like to see all the people. Great. We've got Kitty. I don't know if my chat is working. And Panja, awesome. Miriam, awesome. Nina, wonderful. Would one of you like to unmute and tell us your name, where you're from, and how you found this group?
Hi, my name is Mariam. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
So yeah, my name is Mariam. I'm from England, London, but I'm actually in Vietnam. I came across this group. My mum sent me like loads of videos by Clint and this group, and I hadn't actually started to watch any of them, but then Clint reached out and sent me a message. And then I thought, what's this about? And then I started to watch some of the videos, and I was really moved by how powerful they are. So hi from Vietnam.
Hello. They are powerful. What was one of the things that you felt was the most powerful in one of the videos? Just kind of the first thing that comes to your mind.
For me, it was the video with Ruta and Ashlyn. They were so brave, and you have to be really vulnerable. You have to put yourself in a vulnerable position to speak about a time where you felt like you were going through huge suffering. And I really related to their stories. And it was just interesting to hear about Amruta, where she heard Clint speak, and it was like an aha moment where he spoke about feeding, that your thoughts feed your mind, and that she hadn't been showing herself love, and suddenly her mind like expanded, I guess. And yeah, she started to feel love and compassion towards herself, and she realized that what she was doing, she wouldn't do to somebody else. Yeah, it was kind of an aha moment for me. So I was just like, wow, yeah. And yeah, when Ashlyn was speaking about feeling broken, I have been there for sure. And yeah, just, she just had so much courage. And, like when when they shared the picture of her and, being embraced, when she walked through that arrow, and, she wrote down her fear on it. And it was just like an incredible moment. And it made me quite emotional, and I was very moved. And I think that they're both, strong, powerful women. And I feel blessed to have heard their stories, and, they touched me all the way in Vietnam. So I just wanted to say, much love and peace and light to everybody in this community, and to Amruta and Ashlyn, mwah, love. Oh, let me put my camera on so I can actually blow a kiss. There we go. Mwah, much love.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everybody, let's send love to her. Thank you so much. And to Amruta and to Ashlyn. Let's rub our hands together and send much love to these beautiful girls, these beautiful, powerful women who are so courageous. They're willing to step out and really show up. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your story. Appreciate you. I hope to see you on the calls.
Actually, I think even Ashlyn and Amruta are both on. Ashlyn, what's it like to hear that from Mariam all the way in Vietnam?
Hi, I am in the Georgia airport right now, so it might be a little loud, but that's just amazing to hear. And it's hard to share your story, and so it just makes it inspirational to me to see other people are benefiting from my story, so that I have more courage to speak. And so I want everyone to have like the same courage, because whatever you say is going to benefit somebody in some way, and even if it's just one person, and that's so important.
You know, Ashlyn, I really think that, you know, sometimes I feel like people are like angels, you know, like when they speak and they speak from their hearts, it's like they shine something. And I feel like there's certain people that walk into our lives at the right time. And I think I was meant to hear your message. And again, just much love.
Oh, that's so great to hear, and much love to you too. And I hope that you're doing well. And I'm sending all my love to you too.
Thank you.
So, Amruta, are you there? What's it like hearing this from Mariam?
I don't know. It was very, I didn't expect that my sharing would help somebody, because I know even after sharing my story in the Sunday call, I actually didn't feel like I would be able to touch someone's lives in in any way. But after I got to know how much what I shared helped her, I feel like there is really some power in the way I share my story. When I share my story with all the vulnerability and the honesty, I feel like it really does touch people in very deeper and in very deeper and you know uh, I just feel like I don't know. It makes me feel a little emotional, because I was actually I actually sent you messages after giving that talk, that I didn't speak that well, and I didn't talk in a good way, and after that listening to her telling me that that actually helped her, it really makes me feel like it really has so much power when you open up and share your story from the bottom of your heart. It really has so much power. It really can touch people's lives. And I actually had so much doubt if what I shared really was actually understandable for other people. And when she shared what I shared, I felt like she actually was able to get every point that I made in the call. So it was really surprising, and I felt so happy to be able to help someone else in whatever the way I could. So thank you so much to that person from Vietnam who told me that what I shared helped her. Thank you so much. And when you tell me that it's helping you, I also feel so much more courage and so much more confidence to show up as myself and share my story a lot more. So thank you so much.
Oh, Amrita, honestly, like my heart is like melting right now. You know, one of the things that I said to Clint was that you spoke beautifully. For me, I thought you were wonderful. And I'm one of those people that has a lot of anxiety about speaking in front of people. And I thought you were flawless. Like I understood everything. Well, I felt like I understood everything. So just, again, I felt very honored and blessed to hear your story. It came to me at the time that I needed to hear it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know.
And what time is it in Vietnam right now?
It is 10:19 p.m.
10:19 p.m. Amazing. So cool.
It is so cool. Thank you guys so much. I love the interaction between you guys. And I love that Ashlyn is really close to me. She's in the Atlanta airport and I'm like half an hour away. It's so cool. And then Kitty, yes, Kitty's from Atlanta. Yeah. And this is your first time. Yes.
This is my first time.
Yeah, I would love for you to share.
Yeah, I'm going to be quick. I first heard Dr. Clint on TED Talks about 6 months ago, I believe. And he announced about his book. So I just jotted his name down and waited for the book to come out. So how did I hear about the book? I started reading the book and I can't put it down. I can't decide if I want to read one chapter at a time and absorb that, or just read and go through the whole book. So it's like finding a treasure, digging for a treasure and finding gold nuggets along the way. So thank you so much, Dr. Clint. I'm a counselor. I want to do coaching. So this book is the last piece of the puzzle that I needed. I'm a Course in Miracles student. I've been studying A Course in Miracles. So with this and Course in Miracles and some of the other teachers that I listen to, I have everything that I need. Thank you.
Oh, so beautiful, Kitty.
In
There's
Atlanta,
no
Jana, I'm glad
accident.
you're in the Atlanta area. We'll have to
Yes.
get together.
Well, yes, lunch is definitely a must. So thank you. I will
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
we'll be getting together. That's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you. I wanted to get those three lovely women connected first because I know Ashlyn's going to be taking off on a plane. So speaking of people who really influence, Gary is one that when he speaks, he really influences me. In one of the calls, he had said that he was at one point in time, he was unaware of how powerful his words were. And then he he started to realize, he said that he used to be a person that looked at life as the glass half empty. And now he's looking at it with the glass half full. And Gary, I just adore you more than you probably know. Anyway, so if you would, please take us from our head into our hearts. And I appreciate that.
Well, if I may kind of, so thank you for your comments, but I want to say that the thing that I love saying about the glass is that I always was looking at the glass half empty, and rather than just shift to the glass half full, what about being grateful for the glass itself? That's what I love, because that's what one of the things that Clint, as one of my most beloved friends and allies, really helped me look through the eyes of gratitude no matter what was happening. And that is something I owe so much gratefulness to Clint for helping me leave that tendency to look at what's wrong in things, you know? So it's a perfect segue, because what I want to share is something that nobody other than Clint and one other person has heard before. So some of you might know, because we've talked about it, that there's a new film out in the world called Thrive. It's a sequel, and you can go and I'm putting in the chat the actual link for the trailer that you're going to see. But what I realized that when Clint came to visit me is that there's the piece of music that I struggled so much with in the end of the film was the last 4 minutes in the movie when the co-host and the co-creator of the film, Foster Gamble, talks about how it's possible if we can just believe in this positive future. So I really was struggling with how can I create music that will go under his words, that will support the belief in a positive future and the gratitude for the glass, the whole experience. And I struggled with it because I had to come from a place in my own knowing that the future was positive, even with the world feeling like it was falling into hell in a handbasket. So what I realized was that this music, Clint, I'm going to play that music, the 5 minutes, and let this music be the experience that is the soundtrack to your positive outlook for the future. And I mean, for the future, meaning for the next minute, the next hour, the next year, the next 10 years. And I'd love you to I'd really encourage you. You don't have to close your eyes because somebody might even want to pin some people, but I want to invite you to close your eyes because this is a journey that takes you through, it really supports imagining nothing but a swirling of positivity. Does that make sense? So this is all instrumental, and very few people will get to hear this until the soundtrack album is available, which will be in a few months. And it's underneath dialogue in the last part of the film. So I'm going to play this, and it's 5 minutes long. So what I want to encourage you in this day and age, people don't listen to music anymore. They use it only as a backdrop. But one of the things that's really powerful about this piece of music is let yourself immerse in the positive energy of what this music offers, and let it associate and support all your visions, all your dreams, and all the miracles we're working on. Okay? All right. Oh, I need to get shared as a co-host. So does anybody have that ability?
Yes. Mike or Cornelia, can you give him that ability? Or I guess Clint might have it.
There we go. I got it. Okay. All right, you guys. So here it is. The piece I am talking about. Bear with me for a minute. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. I think it's, yeah. Okay. Coming up. So I'd love to hear just in the chat a word or two of a feeling that it made you feel. Did it help you in any way in feeling that positive gratitude for the glass? Just let's see, was it useful to listen to that and to imagine a positive future, the miracles that are coming in your life or that have happened already in your life? Yeah, because I've never really shared this before with a group, but I'm really really, there's something about this music that I'm really enjoying sharing. So thank you for the opportunity. Enjoy the rest of your call. And if there's time, I'll do a song a little bit later. Thanks, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary, so much. I loved it. It just made me feel like it was rising magic, just making it for a magical day, magical experience. It's beautiful. Clint, do you want to? Oh, yes, please, Arlene. Can you unmute?
I just wanted to speak to that music. That was amazing. That reminded me of, it's amazing what can happen in like a moment. And Clint always says that on these calls, you never know what will happen. And that music really gave me the inspiration. I don't know where I got this paradigm about quitting so quickly with something, and that music reminded me that you don't have to quit, that you can get. What a beautiful piece of music. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, you know, and somebody wrote, it brought it to me to my body instantly. I played it for an intuitive yesterday, and she said she instantly felt the access to the angelic realms. And I'm like, wow, okay, what else do other people feel when they hear this, you know? Because
yeah, I really couldn't let that go by without speaking up. That was really, really amazing. It reminded me of like a hero's journey.
Exactly what it was intended to support.
There
That was
we go.
beautiful. I'm so glad you said that. Thank
Yes,
Gary,
it was
Gary, will you read
beautiful.
some of the other things in the chat that they're saying?
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Hi, my name is Nina. Oh my goodness. Thank you for this music. You uplifted my soul to a very next level where my soul was just dancing with. I was up above the cloud. I don't know where I was. And at the end, I just felt like all my soulmates are back there and I'm just leaving them. And the right time I came back. Oh my goodness. So amazing.
Thank you,
Thank
Nina.
you.
That's beautiful. You know, that's really cool. I had no idea. I was a little concerned with this being appropriate to share, but somebody said it brought me right to my body almost instantly. I love that. Heart opening, beautiful and powerful. Made me feel energized. I love this music. Felt uplifted, crescendo, uplifting. There was a sense of soaring and taking flight. Felt beautiful. I found myself naturally moving to the music. Thank you, Gary. Oh, it's so beautiful. Thank you for your beautiful comments. The deep peace that floated through and all around me has taken me to an amazing elevated place. So I really want to underscore that take a moment to just listen to something you love. The listening becomes an enhancement to our capacity to hold space for what is. And in our day and age right now, where everybody's so busy, that what we forget is that we forget to hold space and be in pure presence. And one of the greatest ways to do that, to show up for our bodies, our hearts, is to allow music to slow us down into appreciating what's happening in this moment inside of this miracle bodies and hearts and spirits that we all carry with us. So thank you for giving yourself to the listening of that music. And I love you all.
Well, Gary, we love you. And you're just such a great part of our community. We just love you dearly. Your music is so inspiring, and that's why I love you so much.
Thank you, Jana.
You know, it's really amazing to be able to have the concept that Gary created that. He made that. What a gift. What a talent. You know, we have so much talent in this group. And we have pianists and we have flautists and we have dancers and there's just so much creativity in this group, and would love to be able to see you share some of that, you know, maybe in the Facebook group, or just, you know, reaching out and being able to share your gift, what you have to offer. It's just beautiful. Well, wonderful. Wow, I'm feeling a little dizzy and lightheaded. I need to ground a little bit. Anyway, Clint, do you have anything you want to say right now?
Yeah, well, first of all, it took already about 35 minutes, but we're finally live on Facebook. So everyone joining us from Facebook, we'll try and replay the first part where we had such a beautiful connection. Gary played a piece of music that really helped connect us in our heart. We heard from Mariam from Vietnam talking about what a difference Amruta and Ashlyn had when they shared. And one thing that it really, when I was talking to Mariam earlier this week from Vietnam, it impressed me, like when we show up, really show up from our hearts. You know, the very first line of this book says, I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you, and love will teach you. I think Kitty, it's her first time on, and I can see she lives that way. You know, she leans into love, and that's why you're here. You know, Nina, same thing. When you're talking about listening to that music and the journey it takes you on, it's because you're leaning into love, and there's no accident you're here in this space and watching this now. That's one reason I respect so much Jaina and we have a new miracle experiment game starting on November 14th, where you just apply 3 of the secrets from this book and you get to see what kind of miracles happen in your life. This last week, we had the first training with the mentors, the miracle mentors, and I was so impressed. I just had a sense that these are real masters. And I have that feeling about really so many people who are on this call. Just looking at your faces and feeling the gift of you being here and the power when we come together, how it magnifies the mystical miracles of love and healing in our life. And today we have some really amazing cases of healing. What happens when you lean into that love? What happens when you follow these powerful ancient secrets? And I don't know, I just want to say, first of all, hi to Alex. Alex, can you unmute yourself just real briefly?
Hey, Clint. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Alex is someone who leans into love so much. So Ashlyn at that event, Mariam, you remember you were talking about how when she's leaning into the arrow and facing the fear and then afterwards hugging and tears are coming down her face. There was a chance at the end where people could buy tickets for the upcoming event in December, the live event in December. And Alex is someone, he said, you know, he actually leaned into love and he says, I want more young people like Ashlyn to have this kind of a life-changing experience. So out of his own heart, he bought 10 tickets at $97 each and gave them all to Ashlyn so she could invite her friends her age to come. And it touched all of our hearts so much. So actually, Alex has this glow about him. Even on the last call that he was on, Jaina was like, who is that guy? Who is he and what's happening? And we need to have him come on. So thank you, Alex, for being here. Where are you joining from?
I'm from British Columbia, Canada.
British Columbia. And you know, you were in that event where JJ was there and he spoke. Can you just talk about, I think you even have started reading the book. You just want to share your experience about why you're here and what attracted you to be in this space.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for writing the book. And thank you for everyone that was involved in it. You mentioned that it's got the healing powers as long as it's on your bookshelf. And mine is in my pocket every single day. I downloaded it on my phone. And I love reading it and rereading it and just going through it just because it's an amazing read. And I feel like I'm here because I was personally invited, of course, but guided as well. There's a beautiful sense of community here and a beautiful sense of people who want to make a difference in this world and who are making a difference. So it's a lot of fun to be a part of more than anything. And I'm really grateful for this time, for the people that are here, because it's made a huge difference in my life. Like legitimately, my life is completely different 3 weeks ago than what it is today. So I'm just happy and grateful that everyone's here, and I'm happy and excited to learn from everyone as well.
What's a one practical way in which your life is different? How would you say, like, versus what it was like before versus now? What's one way in which it's changed?
One specific way is what I discovered, I guess, during the event, just an extra piece of me, what I call leaning into the fifth. So it's just an extra part above me, like just above my heart. It's just, that's the name that came through me, was just the fifth. And it's just this connectivity of everyone, that everyone is exactly the same. Everyone comes from the same level of consciousness, that we all come from the same place. And therefore, everyone is an extension of me. So love everyone in that same way that I love myself, because we are all the same. And it's just all the difference in the world. I've always connected with people and I've always loved people, but I feel like now is like the next step up to love everyone deeper and more fully. and it's changed my life in every way. It's changed my connection with God. It's changed my connection with people, and it's changed the way that I view myself. I'm very excited about what's to come because of everything that's happened so far.
So beautiful, Alex. You know, also at that event where Linda was there and also Nina was there. And Nina, I don't know if you can unmute yourself, but your story is so powerful too. Can you talk about, just share a little bit about your healing story? Thank you so much, Alex. Oh, so beautiful.
Yes,
I feel
thank
your.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Clint.
Thank you. So first and foremost, I want to thank everyone over here, this tribe, that I'm feeling so much love right now. And Alex, love you so much, always, from my heart. So the way I'm going to start is I'm going to start by saying thank you to the universe who put me on the path so gratefully to be at the event of Dr. Clint's brother, Gerald, who actually created the event 3 weeks back, where Alex, Dr. Clint, myself, and a few more members over here who are here were part of that event. When I had actually initially heard about Dr. Clint, I had seen that book, I had purchased that book, it was on my shelf, but had not started reading it, but it was there on my shelf. So when we went to the event, met Dr. Clint, and I felt that I am at the right place at the right time, because the magic of me being there, the universe had just put me over there for a reason, and a very strong reason, that I was healing mentally, I was healing soully. I met so many people who I'd never met before, and we became so one that there is no distance apart. Only this physical body was apart, but even then, this hugs, oh my God, I can feel it in the bottom of my heart. So thank you, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. And besides this emotional healing, Dr. Clint physically healed me. So I'm going to start by saying thank you, Dr. Clint. I'm so grateful. I feel in my heart that you were all the way in India. You came all the way to Utah to heal me, to part of my soul journey, to part of me, so we can just connect as a soul. And you healed me. And that healing was such a miracle that since that day, everything changed. I have been suffering for 10 years and been carrying this pain in 10 years off and on. And I have tried every single thing to heal myself. I went all the way into India also to see the best healer, and just my luck that healer was not available for me. And when I was telling my story, Dr. Clint said, I was here, why did you go all the way to India? Yes, Dr. Clint, it was meant that you were my healer, and that's the reason all these trips were not working. Going under the Caesar was not even an option for me. I was not even considering that in my list. But just being there, you healed JJ, who was not even able to bend any, and he was dancing and running around the next few days, and I saw him. And with me, I was in the pain of 7, and from there on, it's 3 weeks. I have not felt that pain. And every time I try to find where the pain is, I remember Dr. Clint knocking my head saying that, hey, don't think of that pain, forget about it. Just think of what your future is from now onwards. So Dr. Clint, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for healing me. And first time in 10 years, I have hired a personal trainer so that he can help me in my flexibility. I can walk a lot, but flexibility is 0. So when he tested, he said, Nina, there's no flexibility. We need to start making sure that I take you slowly to the path where you can be flexible. So first time in 10 years, the trainer is going to help me to be who I am. And I just feel that the universe has just opened the next door for me to be who I want to be. And thank you for writing this book, Dr. Clint, because just by having this book in my house, it has been, but when there is something there and when you don't mean it, it does not make any sense. But since I started making meaning, it has not just healed me, but it's also healing my family around me. And I'm seeing that in the last three weeks. I'm seeing miracles over miracles, and I can be grateful about this miracles. So thank you so very much. Thank you. And I'm passing this love to my friends about this marma that you have taught us over there, and just passing this love on so that it is not just limited to me, but I want that ripple effect that comes from you, and it just goes as far as I can send out. And I told them to send your love to whoever it can be, because we want everyone to be as in this tribe, to be healed and just to be them.
Oh, Nina, you're getting lots of love from people. Janet says, beautiful, Nina. Mariam says, Nina, sending you so much love. Lynn, sending you so much love. Sarabjit says, amazing story. Thank you for sharing, Nina. Rochelle says, contagious healing.
Yes.
Sarabjit says, all the more reason Dr. Klink can start the Marma classes soon. Aparna says, Nina, wishing you all the health and happiness. Katie Carlson says, yes, so magical, Nina. 4 exclamation points. Arlene says, love hearing your partner.
Can I mention one more thing, Dr. Clint?
Yeah, just 1 second. I just want to say, first of all, one point that Dr. Ram points out so clearly as he was training me, and also in the book, he says, actually, I want to acknowledge, first of all, your heart, and thank you for being a part of the healing, but he always would make it clear that we are not the healers. Like the person who you think is the healer isn't the one doing the healing. He says, we're midwives, actually. You're the one delivered your own baby. Nina, so I just want to encourage you to actually, you slap yourself right here and you say, I did it. And one distinction that he always made is that, in this school of thought, it's not about making people dependent on a healer. It's about making people independent. And I thought that is so powerful. That resonated with me so much and made me so attracted to it. Because it's not about needing to rely on anyone. It's about discovering what are the natural principles of diet, of lifestyle, of all these 6 secret keys of Siddha Veda, so you can be independent and you can do what you want to do on this planet. The other thing that Nina mentioned is, oftentimes the pain goes away, but we have a habit of remembering pain. And so like she said, first of all, she's trying to find the pain. I was like, well, if you look for something, you're going to find it. So what do you want? And she says, oh, what I want. And then she painted a picture of the future of what she wanted and the future that she wanted without the pain. So I just want everyone in this call to pay attention to that principle. If you're looking for pain in your life, you're going to find it. If you're looking for suffering in your life, you're going to find it. If you're looking for the struggle and the challenges, you're going to find it. And Dr. Ram, he says the power, he says the quality of your life depends on the quality of your questions, but also that so many of us are focused on what we don't want instead of focusing on what we want. So the question he would always ask everyone is, what do you want? And when you focus on what you want, then what you don't want, then all of a sudden the natural result is you're healthier, you're happier, more miracles happen in your life. And like Nina is such a great example of, she's an example of contagious healing. She's telling all her friends, no, you can do this, Marma. And her friends were like, but really, we can do it? And can we share it with others? And Nina says, yes, share it with others. We want the whole world to be healthier. It's not about capturing it and limiting it. It's about making sure this spreads as wide and far as possible. So thank you, Nina. You wanted to share one other thing?
Yes, I wanted to share one other thing. Was a few years back when Dr. Naram was in New Jersey, I had taken an appointment to see him so that he can heal me. But I was not able to go because of my work condition. But in my heart, I was asking Dr. Naram that I really wished I was there so you can heal me. So I guess when you healed me and you are part of Dr. Naram's whole soul community and all this learning, I felt at that point that Dr. Naram's spirit was around me. And he was saying that, hey, Nina, what you asked me, I am here. It took me a few years, but I'm finally here to help you. So thank you. Thank you to Dr. Naram's spirit, and thank you, Dr. Clint, once again.
Clint, are you frozen? I think you might be frozen.
Yeah, it felt like it.
Oh, there
Yes.
we go.
My internet froze there. So Jaina, you can take over just in case I get cut out again. But Nina, love you and love everyone who's hearing this. Be inspired by what's possible.
Well, Clint, why don't we have you stay on the call and have you, Clint, can you introduce Janet and that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You know, so many people right now are doing, they say, what is Hmong soup? In the book, we talk about it. Many people, like even I'm at this retreat in Dominican Republic, and people brought the entire suitcase full of Hmong so they can eat Hmong on their retreat. Why is it so powerful? You know, we've heard from Mike and we've heard from some others, but I love every time I get a new message from someone that's discovered the power of how this can help them. And Janet is one of them. So Janet, can you unmute yourself and tell your story? What's happened in only the last couple of weeks?
Hi, you guys. Thank you for inviting me, Dr. Clint, to speak today. I am so blessed. I'm also called Janana, just so you know. So it's either Janet or Janana. I kind of feel like I'm a Janana now. Ever since my awakening, I feel like a different person. So it's where I've kind of changed my name a little bit. So I just wanted to say how thankful I am for this beautiful group full of beautiful souls. I had a life of trauma early in my life, and I put on weight to protect myself. And not consciously, of course, but unconsciously. And between the moonbeam soup and the herbal remedies and the home remedies, I've lost 22 pounds in 6 weeks. And not gonna stop.
That's awesome.
Feeling so much better, feeling so much energy, just feeling so grateful for everything that has brought me to this point. It has been, I'm a work in progress. I'm 55, but I'm a work in progress. And I am just so beyond thankful for everything that I've learned here in this wonderful book that we all have and we cherish. And Dr. Clint, and of course, Dr. Naram, who is the basis of all of it. So thank you.
We're so glad that you're here, and that's so amazing that you've had such success with the diet. You know, a lot of people have asked, you know, why does the mung bean soup work so well? And we had the luxury of being able to have Dr. Giovanni on the call when Clint was in silence. And I have a little video clip that I can play that explains the reason why mung bean is so good. So I'll go ahead and get that ready. Clint, did you have something you wanted to say?
I just wanted to make it clear the distinction that lots of people lose weight, and at the same time they're not doing it in a healthy way, or they do it based on calorie or something. The beautiful thing about the mung soup is you can eat as much of it as you want. You don't want to go hungry, and it's delicious. If you're not making it in a way that's delicious, you're not doing it right. So not only it's not about losing weight, it's about finding your ideal health, and part of that is finding your ideal weight. For many people, they're not even trying to lose weight. They just want to find health. And as a result, they get to their ideal weight. Some people actually gain weight because they're too skinny, or they've lost so much weight through all kinds of unhealthy things. So it's beautiful because it's a way in which your body balances itself. That in combination with the herbs, with the marma, with the lifestyle, and lifestyle is a big part of it too. It's not just the food you're feeding your body, but like Amruta, that thing that she mentioned impacts her. It's also the thoughts you're feeding your mind. And you can tell from Janana, like even the way she's speaking, she's feeding herself delicious thoughts, you know? And I like that part of it. And Dr. Ram, he said that he had two big diseases. One was he had chronic happiness syndrome, and the other was chronic energy syndrome, and that both were contagious. You know? So I think Jane is going to play a clip, and whether you're interested in actually losing weight or gaining weight or just gaining more health, this Jana, can you still hear me?
I can.
Oh, there you go.
You may also go deeper and see if there is some desire. some desire is still waiting to be fulfilled. Try to do the
how to balance the three doshas like Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. How to balance that? How to balance them?
Oh, okay. Yeah. How to balance? To balance and to be in. A good question. To balance and to be in balance. It is a process. It is a process. It requires always attention. So we have to know first of all which is your dosha, means what is your body type. So then you have to follow the diet that is accordingly to your constitution. And then, how you say, there again, use all the instruments, but in the diet also. Diet, just if I have to give you a simple advice, quick advice, there is a very good God gift that is Mung Dal. Mung is a very, they call tridoshic, no? So it balances Vata, Pitta, Kapha at the same time, and helps to clean the body. It is a very sattvic, so means enhance the spiritual, bright, the quality of the mind, the good quality of the mind. So if you consume a lot of mung, it is regularly part of your diet, and you eat cooked vegetables in general. This is gluten-free grains. This is a basic instruments to balance your energy, whatever is your body type.
That's wonderful. Now, we also had a question from a person yesterday that was asking, once you start the mung beans and you're eating them, do you eat them every day, or do you go through a period where you don't eat them anymore?
Then depends. Depends on your condition, depends on your if you like it or not. Some people we recommend what they don't like, so it's become like an effort. I can eat mung every day. It is my favorite food. So whenever I am guest of someone, if they ask me, what do you want? I say, please prepare mung and vegetables. And then obviously, if you have a chronic condition, if you have a severe condition, to follow and stay on mung, suppose you have Dr. Naram was recommending very strictly to people that have, suppose, cancer or that have very chronic problem. So he was recommending to stay on mung and vegetables for months. But if you have, you have a healthy condition, you can choose to do, suppose, a week of mung during the month, and then using mung here and there for the rest of the month. So just mung is a very it is very rich in protein. It has been studied. It has been, recommended and used for thousands of years by all the Vaidya, by means all the doctors. But now also university. I have read Beijing, means China capital, no? University. They have done heavy research in mung, and they discovered also, confirmed that has good property, anti-cancer property. It is very good anti-inflammatory. It is very good for diabetes and very good for cholesterol. So means if you add all this quality to the fact that it's very rich in protein and is cleaning the body, I think it is we should recommend, and we should eat as much as possible. Then you can choose. Depends. Again, if you have a chronic problem, you can help to solve the problem. You can eat mung till the chronic problem is there. If you have a acute problem till the acute problem is there, you can use mung. It will go faster. If you have a chronic problem, you can help to recover yourself using the mung and the cooked vegetables.
Oh, thank you so much.
Our best diet.
That is wonderful. I just noticed that there were a couple of questions in the Facebook page about how and when do we eat Hmong and how long do we stay on it. And I just thought that that video was so appropriate. So Clint.
Yeah, it's such a fun video. Actually, Mike, are you there? Mike did something. We had a call for, I had done these pulse healing sessions for wonderful, beautiful people in Ada, Oklahoma, when I went to visit John and his beautiful wife. And afterwards, because I met with everyone all one after another, I didn't have a chance to explain the diet. So just on Friday, we had an hour long where I explained the diet, answered questions, and Mike did the funnest thing with Alexa. And Mike, I don't know if you can demonstrate that now, if you could unmute yourself and ask Alexa, you just ask Alexa, what are the benefits of Hmong? And let's see, we'll have him do it.
Hey, Clint, why don't you say that from there and watch what happens?
Alexa, what are the benefits of Hmong?
Here's something I found on reference.com. Blue Moon Forms software easily integrates with a wide array of property management
Alexa,
software.
stop. She thought you said Blue Moon. I'll do it from here. What are the health benefits of mung beans?
Some health benefits commonly associated with mung beans may include providing antioxidants, preventing heat stroke, reducing cholesterol, preventing heart disease, boosting potassium magnesium levels, promoting healthy cholesterol, reducing blood pressure, aiding digestive health, reducing blood sugar levels, promoting weight loss, promoting healthy pregnancy.
Just to name a few.
And my Alexa went off like crazy when you started asking.
Everyone's did.
What I love is this is just one secret that these ancient masters knew. Like, how did they live to 125 or 145 with vibrant health? Not only living long, but with very alert minds, not going towards Alzheimer's or forgetting, energetic, flexible bodies. You know, and Hmong is one of the many secrets. So if it's so powerful and people just, it's so simple, then why not learn more of the ancient secrets which can change your life? So I know there's other people who have had so many good experiences with it. I know Anne on the call, so many other people have had experiences, but I think it's so helpful, these calls, because sometimes you hear people that just started it or even started it after you're aware of it. And then you're like, why don't I do that? In fact, one of the people on the call that I'm a little biased, but I really love her a lot, is my mom. And I don't know, Mom, I know I don't see your camera on, but I don't know if you can unmute yourself and share a little bit about what happened to you when you started taking Hmong, and then how many people you've helped since then. I don't know if you have a chance to unmute yourself, Mom. Talk about contagious healing. This is a really good example of contagious healing, but she may not be presentable. I don't see her, and I don't want to make, oh, here we go.
I'm here, but I can't figure out what else to do. Can you hear me, Clint?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can't, but we can hear you.
If you touch your screen on your phone, the camera icon will pop up and you can turn your camera on.
It's not popping up. And I have to plug it in because it really wears out my cell phone battery. Well, after hearing all the great stories about Hmong, I used to use it occasionally. And I decided I could do that challenge for 7 days. And so after I started, and the first and the second and the third day, I was walking over to my neighbors that I was thinking about maybe driving that block and a half because my knees hurt so bad. And when I got halfway there, I thought, wait a minute, there's no pain in my knees. And so I'm a firm believer of Hmong. And when I tell my story, they say, well, where do I buy the Hmong? So, and I don't know how many people I've influenced to take Hmong bean.
Yeah, it's probably, my guess is it's upward of 20, 30, 40, 50 people. Because even I just heard a message right before I was traveling from my youngest brother, John, who graduated from a beautiful, he graduated from law school, and he was, I think I'm going to do the Hmong diet for 30 days. And so many of my family now, because of my mom, have started doing it. And it's such a joy to see people you love feel healthier. Now, I must have known about this for 10 years.
I want to say something. Millie, you asked the question, I wonder how many people I've influenced towards Hmong. I would say now it's probably a few million because of giving birth to this remarkable man named Clint Rogers.
Yeah, that's contagious healing.
Thank you for the gift of Clint to all of us, Millie. This is Gary.
That was one of the benefits of mung beans as well, healthy pregnancy.
Well, I didn't start that until Clint introduced us to Dr. Naran.
Well, I just, for everyone on this call, whether you've started eating mung beans or not, whether there's also other remedies, you know, Dr. That story about meeting Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa loved people so much and hugged them, and their pain would go away while she's hugging them. But then when she wasn't hugging them, the pain would come back. And she's so passionate about helping people. If she gave a medication and it made things worse or it had side effects, she wasn't happy. She wanted the person to be healthy, but when she finally met Dr. Ram, she'd say, Dr. Ram, go help this person or help this person. They have a liver problem or they have a kidney problem. They have arthritis. And when he would help and she'd see the problems go away, she actually got angry at Dr. Ram. She said, Dr. Ram, why did you not meet me 10, 20, 30 years earlier? Imagine what we could have done together. She was so angry at him. And he says, when Mother Teresa gets angry, she's angry, you know, but it's so powerful when you want to love and you want to help people is one element of the formula. The other element of the formula is when you have tools that actually work. There's so much joy that comes from it. You know, you heard Nina's story and you heard Ashlyn's story, Amrita's story, so many people's story, and I want you to have your own story. The whole idea is not to make you dependent on anyone or anything, to make you
Yes. This is great. Yep. So it's, you know, mung beans. Mike, do you have something to say regarding your journey with mung beans?
I have absolutely nothing to say about
and so because my mom was just living this way, that's part of the reason why Allison and Gerald were interested in doing the Hmong diet and then have helped so many other people start too. Now it's not just Hmong. There's ways in which you can set up an appointment with a phone video consultation with someone that can help you know if you're going to do the full Hmong detox, what to do. But there's so many secrets, so many principles. And on this upcoming November 14th call, we're going to go through them in even more detail, some of the 3 secrets for you to see miracles happening in your life. Mike is another such amazing example of just healing. I know we've shared his before and after picture many times, and you saw in the email, but he's finished the 30-day detox. But one thing that he talked about that impacted me most is he talks about when the cravings start to go away. I'm going to have you talk about that a little bit, Mike. Here at this event, someone is named Mandy. Mandy has 1,000 health coaches, and she's actually been sharing with them her journey as it's happening. She started losing weight, lost about 2 pounds a day, 1 pound a day, until she got to 180 pounds. 180 pounds, she says, for 10 years, she just plateaus. No matter what she does, she gets stuck there. Even on the Hmong diet, she got stuck there for 3-4 days. But instead of focusing on what she doesn't want, she did the whole Marma process I taught her, focused on what she does want. And just about 4 or 5 days ago, she dipped below 180 and now keeps going down, 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 down. So sometimes there's also emotional habits we have, or physical habits, addictions our bodies have. Our bodies are addicted to certain things, cravings for certain foods, cravings for sugar, cravings for coffee, cravings for alcohol, whatever it is. Mike, can you talk about what happened for you?
Yeah.
Because the whole idea is to be independent of anyone or any substance, especially anything that's unhealthy for you. You may like it, Dr. Ahmed. I remember one person says, but I like yogurt, Dr. Naram. I like yogurt. And he says, super, you like yogurt, but yogurt doesn't like you. You know, yogurt doesn't like you. So why are you still friends? You know? But there's certain cravings we have. And what happened for you, Mike, with your cravings?
Yes, there's certain relationships that are not healthy that you need to break up with yogurt. And I broke up with coffee and with alcohol. And the Hmong, you know, we talk a lot about the Hmong beans, but really that's just the tip, I think, of the spear, the really the iceberg. There's so many more health benefits that come from the detox, from these healthy lifestyle. one of the things that is so important is sleep, and how much you sleep, and how little you sleep, and how peaceful and restorative your sleep is. And that's a relationship that you should nurture and get back in touch with. Break up with yogurt and coffee or caffeine and artificial stimulants, and get back in bed with bed, and sleep with peaceful sleep every night. And amazing things will happen to you in your life as well. There's so many restorative, healthy benefits from sleep, and nobody in modern life that owns an iPhone or a smartphone is sleeping the way they should. And maybe that's a overgeneralization, but I'll stand by that until someone can prove me wrong. And all the blue light and everything else. But yeah, the cravings go away when you start eating healthy, and certainly during the detox. If you cheat and you say, oh, I just want to have this one piece of bread, it's so delicious, you're not just having that one piece of bread. I guarantee you, you're going to then have all this flood of release in your system of cravings for more bread and more carbs and more things that aren't on the detox. And so the more that you adhere to the detox, the easier it is. And one thing too about the detox, is really important, is that it's really important to talk to the practitioners and doctors like Clint and the Ayush Shakti folks, because not everybody's cleared to do the detox. It's not just like, hey, I got a copy of this here, pass this on, you do this. There's, especially using the detox kit, there's some very powerful herbs and things like that cleanse your colon and your liver and your kidneys and things. And my father was one who like, hey, if you're going to do that, I'm going to do that. And the Dr. Priyanka at Ayush Shakti is like, no, he shouldn't do that. He's had some colon problems in his past history that you need to really make sure that it's okay for you to do the full detox, but certainly eating healthy is for everybody. And that there's probably more than the cravings.
I'm so glad you brought up those points, Mike. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but yeah, a lot of us who even when you're detoxing, sometimes the first week, the first couple of days, when the stuff is coming out of your system, you may not feel as good as you normally do. You may think there's something wrong with the food or with the herbs. No, you want to get that stuff out of you. That's one of the natural processes of detoxing. So having someone that walks you through helps. Also, if you're already on some medication and your body doesn't need it anymore, then you may be over medicating. So even connecting with whoever is your doctor that gave you those medications in the first place. That's what happened for my dad. Why did he go from 12 medications to 1? Is because he would go back to his doctor and the doctors were surprised. Oh, you don't need this anymore. Don't be taking a medication you don't need either. That's not a healthy thing to do. So it's good to, especially if you had some pre-existing health condition, and we can put the link about how you can connect with someone for phone or video consultation. Jaina?
Oh, you're muted, Jaina.
Yeah, I think you're muted, Jaina. I want to make, I want to open it up for anyone who hasn't had a chance to share some of their miracle stories. You've heard from us, but those who have been following the principles in the book, those who have been having Hmong or doing anything, either home remedy or following some of the kind of philosophical principles as well. I keep hearing so many cool stories, and I know there's more on this call too. Jaina, I'll leave this up to you to lead this part of the discussion.
Well, yeah, sure. I would like to know who, is there somebody that would like to share? Please just unmute. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to say is, and I didn't say this before, but I want those of you who have been on this call before to go back and look in the chat and see those people that put a number 1 in the chat and reach out to them and welcome them into the community and just help them really feel welcome. And we've got so many new people coming in all the time, and it's just nice to let them know that there's somebody with experience that has experience with mung beans or whatever, Anyway, appreciate
Hannah,
that.
I have
Yes.
something I want to, I'd like to
Thank
share.
you.
This is related to one of the principles we were talking about, related to what you focus on and focusing on what you do want. And this is something that happened in my life well before I discovered Clint and all of this, but I think it really speaks to the principle of it. Many of you know my son is fully recovered from severe autism, and this was one of the really big things that I was taught and I really embraced, was to focus on that I wanted his recovery and not to focus on the problems or the bad things, and actually to not even see them as that, but to focus on what I wanted so much and to also really visualize it. And I think that's something else we've talked about in here sometimes. And it just really works because he is fully recovered, and people sometimes don't even believe me. That's such a miracle, and I call him my miracle child. So really, miracles are possible. Just that one principle is so powerful.
Well, Pat Malaya, you totally blew my mind when I heard your story. I really had no idea that anybody could recover from autism. So you gave me a paradigm shift. I was able to really see.
I blew my own mind, Jana. I mean, I have to pinch myself often. And it's really cool how it works. It's like magic is what I say.
It is, but it's the desire in your heart is there. And that's what drives the activity to be able to, and it drives the inspiration to be able to identify where to go and what to do and how to do it, meeting the right people.
It just comes into play. I felt like if I focused on that, and the other important part of that of the focus and this whole thing to me is coming from the heart and coming from love. It's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And I think if we do everything, whether it's our health healing or changing things in our life, if we come from love and we focus and we visualize, that can do so much for us.
It's so perfect.
And
It is
surround
so
ourselves
true.
with this amazing community.
No, isn't this amazing? I love it here. Is there somebody else that would like to share? Thank you, Pat Malaya.
Jana, can I say something about
please.
moving?
Yes, please.
Hi, everyone. Namaste. Sorry, I don't have video. When I put the video on, I lose your voice. I was on moving diet for about a month. And for anybody that wants to lose weight, I lost 7 kilos. And I'm very small, so I've been told to eat lots of meat now. But it meant that my coughing stopped very well, not totally, but reduced my cough a lot because I have COPD. And thanks to Dr. Smita Naram and Dr. Giovanni, I am on many, many different herbs which I take, and I can see the benefits already. I'm not using my inhalers as many times as I did before, and it honestly, seriously works. I mean, if Dr. Clint was a skeptic, I was worse than him. Even reading Dr. Clint's book at the start, I was thinking, nah, it's not really that, why didn't I hear about this before? If this is so true, how come I did so much research? And I had just found Dr. Naram on YouTube, thanks to Dr. Clint, because he'd been sharing. And I was doing some marmas, I was writing the notes, and as I started to slowly translate the book, it kind of clicked more and more and more. And it's about that knowing inside you that it's working. It's not something that you can explain to someone and get them to believe you. They've got to get to that point themselves. And you can only get to that by making appointments with these doctors, Al-Shakti doctors, and by following their strict diet to the full. And I did that religiously, and I can see their benefits. And thank you very much, Dr. Clint, and everybody. Thank you.
Oh, I love that. It is so true. You know, there was a point probably about 8 months ago where I just said, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to live with gallbladder pain and, you know, excess weight. I'm just going to have to live this way. And then I found Dr. Clint's video, and I sometimes am still a skeptic on some of this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, this is happening, but when is it going to return? So, you know, I loved what Clint said in one of the videos about bringing your skeptic. I think it was Mike that said, let's have a skeptic challenge. You know, let's bring your skeptic. And I think he was talking to Deepak, or Clint was talking to Deepak Chopra, where he said something like, oh, let me think for a sec. Clint asked him, what do you think about a skeptic? And Deepak said, oh, being a skeptic is a good thing. He says, just don't be a cynic. He says, being skeptical helps you create, you know, resolution or be able to find the answers. You're on there now, Clint. Can you help me out with that phrase?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, he says, you know, all of us have that element of us. And the nice thing is, we're not trying to convince anyone of anything unhealthy. We just want to persuade people to do something that works. So when it works, it speaks for itself, you know? So that's why I'm so confident. Bring your skeptic, you know, bring it, but play the game, do the experiment, try it in your life. And sometimes when you're going out of your normal, your habitual normal may not go good at first, but it's not because it's not good for you. You have to push through that. And when you get to it, you get to a different normal, which is amazing. And you're so grateful for every effort that was put into that. You know, I'm just so grateful. I love reading these comments. Katie says, so magical. Love seeing the contagious healing happening here. Pure magic. Nia says, look at the beautiful rainbow of healing that's being facilitated. You know, Cornelia says, the emotions of love and the heart vibration have the highest manifesting power, much higher than the brain. Oh man, so true. You know, going along with that, Gary, actually, while you're still on the call and as we complete as much, I don't know if Jane has something else planned, but Gary, can you lead us in one more song today, another musical piece to help us vibrate as much as possible from that space of love as we're going about the rest of today?
Yeah, give me a minute, because I was gonna play a recording of Sarah McCrum, unless you really want me to sing something.
Well, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. But while he's doing that, I want everyone in the chat to go ahead and type, what's your takeaway from today? What's one takeaway? Either maybe something someone said, or maybe some inspiration that came into your heart as you're listening to the different healing stories from the different people. What would you say is your one takeaway?
All those are coming
and
in.
Then
in Clint, there's a saying from Buddhism, what you were just talking about with Jaina about skepticism, that in order for there to be great faith, there has to be great doubt. And so if you really want to have great faith, you need to have great skepticism. So build your skepticism, build your doubt, and see what happens to it.
Yeah. I also think lots of times our skepticism is because we're afraid someone's maybe going to try and take advantage of us, or maybe something will hurt us. But again, the thing that I love about Dr. Om, why it resonated with me, is because it's not about making anyone dependent on anyone else. It's actually giving you the power to see what nature holds. So you become independent. So the power is in you. Dr. Om would always be redirecting people back to themselves. What do you want? You know, and he would always ask people, who did this? They'd say, you did, you healed me. He says, no, you did it. And he'd always anchor it in, you did this. I was the midwife, but you delivered your own baby. It's like a woman goes to the doctor, the baby comes out. She doesn't say to the doctor, look what you did. You gave birth to a baby. No, the doctor didn't do that. You know, the midwife didn't do that. You delivered your own baby. And so all the time, every time we're living every day, we're going towards one outcome or another. And if you're focused on what you want, you're in tune with what you want, then you'll be able to see all these kind of mystical, beautiful miracles come. I'm just reading what people have said are their takeaways from today. Alex says, takeaway from Gary, it doesn't matter what's in the cup or how much, it's about being thankful for the cup. Neil says, everything is possible. Katie says, healing is happening. Believe it, see it, be it. Linda, biggest takeaway is that although some have delayed, they've come in at the right time for them. Yeah, I really feel like you can trust the timing too. Jody says, I'm ready to run to the store and buy my mung beans. I'm starting ASAP. Clint, I'm so happy I found you. Thank you for sharing yourself and all the knowledge and wisdom. Mark says, my takeaway is actually to make the soup. Yay! This whole call was just for you, Mark and Jody. It makes me so happy. Aparna says, Takeaway, it does not matter from where you start, healing is possible. Wow, this is so cool. Savan says, keep consistent, follow the advice given, eat healthy, and be true to yourself. Sarabjit, healing is possible if only you believe in it. Wow, this is so beautiful. Judy says, get with the program, visualize with faith. Rajani, real miracles, beautiful healing. Rochelle, according to David Hawkins, in Power versus Force, with all the love being present on this call today, we are counterbalancing 56,250 people who are resonating in fear, anger, and hate. What an impact. That's so cool. Savan, dear global family, my video is more focused on my gods, etc. today as we celebrate the 9 days of Navratri and the goddess Shakti, and it feels right to share the energy with you all rather than my face today. Bless you all. Bless you and everyone celebrating Navratri. Man, so much. Josephine says, everything in this universe is energy, vibration, and frequency. Eat, do, think the things that will increase the vibration and frequency in your body, which creates energy. And your heart is actually earth, into eternity. We're in the pulse or heartbeat, which is the earth beat. John is actually posting the PDF directly to the recipe. So in that link, you can get the recipe directly from clicking on the PDF. Man, so beautiful to join with you today. I'm so grateful for Jaina, Mike, Cornelia, all the miracle mentors, Padmalaya, your amazing story. So many people sharing today. Wow, I just feel like it's such a gift to be surrounded by people that are resonating at this love and believe possibility. I was walking.
I'm ready. Okay. Clint,
And
you
Gary,
froze.
and Gary, thank you for you. Thank you for you. I just want to say thank you for you.
All right. Well, so Clint's frozen, so I'm going to take this moment, and I want to let you know that we're going to spotlight randomly each of you, because each of you are a mandala of coherence and beauty and light. So please, if you have,
we can focus on what we do want. And so on that note, I want to turn it over.
Hey, Clint, you froze. You didn't know it, but you're freezing quite a bit. So you froze just again. So I'm going to use this moment to focus on the beauty of each of the people in this community randomly. So please bring your face close to the screen. And we don't know who Mike's going to spotlight. It's going to be a random, but it's because we bless each other with our presence. We bless each other with our love. We bless each other with showing up, right? So I'm going to pick one of these tracks that I've created with Sarah McCrum that I've played before that you can find out about more. I'll put in the chat where you can learn more about it. Please, all of you, allow this moment to just ground and integrate the love and the power that we all share together on these beautiful calls. And therefore, every moment of every day, we're all connected. So I'm just going to play this one that I played before, I think.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And while the faces are coming up, just send that person on the screen just wonderful love. Just send them the love that you're feeling in your heart.
Aho.
Do you know how beautiful you are? Have you ever stopped to look at yourself? To see yourself in your truth? In the clarity of who you are?
All right, I'm stopping because hold on.
In your magnificent.
I want to be able to see the faces. Mike, am I preventing the faces from being spotlighted?
Yeah, when you're sharing your screen, you can go to the advanced and share the audio only.
Okay, that's what I want to do. Sorry, you guys, it's too precious to miss this. So bear with me. So advanced, audio only, where is that? Music, computer sound only. Got it. All right, because it's so beautiful to see each other's faces. So thank you for letting me do this again. Here we go, hold on. Here it is. Here we go, one more time.
Do you know how beautiful you are? Have you ever stopped to look at yourself? To see yourself in your truth? In the clarity of who you are? In your magnificence? If only you could see what I can see. If only you could know what I know of you. You would stand before yourself in awe. You would see yourself you would feel yourself. You would know yourself. And so I invite you in this moment to see how beautiful you are. To see yourself in clarity, in simplicity, in your true nature. I invite you to see yourself. You are so beautiful.
I'm going to cry, you guys. You guys, that was so beautiful. I feel we've started a new tradition here, that at the end of the call, whenever possible, we can spotlight the beautiful treasure chest of this community. Each of you are so gorgeous, and to be able to celebrate that in that way was such an honor and a beautiful experience. Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Jana. Thank you, Michael. That was beautiful. I love you guys.
You, Gary, we do. I love that. A treasure chest of people in this community. It's so awesome. And somebody else on the call said today that they were reading the book and they were finding the nuggets of gold in the book. I mean, oh my gosh, what a great analogy. So wonderful. Anyway, I think Clint dropped off the call. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for bringing your love. Thank you for bringing your stories. Thank
Jana,
you.
can
Yes.
I say one thing? You guys, I don't know, I say it all the time because I really want, you guys are invited to join our community at wisdomoftheworld.com. Not only is the Clint's website on Ancient Secrets phenomenal, but wisdomoftheworld.com is going to be Clint's and my attempt to celebrate the power of wellness and healing as mostly through, that's about mostly around music. So go to wisdomoftheworld.com and sign up for that community, and you'll be getting free gifts and blah, blah, blah. But I want to encourage you to join if you can. And I'll put that link in this chat as well. Have a beautiful week, everybody.
Thank you.
Eddie, just a correction. I know you said an attempt. I'm sorry, it is not an attempt, it is a success. You've already succeeded so far, and from behalf of the whole global healing community, we wish you even more success to develop further. Bless you.
Wonderful. So Mike, if you can put it on gallery view, or whoever is can we change the view? Did Clint drop off, I guess?
Each person needs to change it to gallery view on there.
Okay, well, let's unmute ourselves and do our I love you and I'm with you. And you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
I love you and I'm with
I
you.
love you.
Thank you, everyone.
I'm with
Love
you.
you.
Love you and I'm with you. I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with
You
you.
and I'm with you.
I love you. I love you, and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with
and I'm
you.
with you.
And I'm with you.
Namaskar. Love you and I'm with you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Kathy, that's brilliant.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So cool.
I love her heart. It's so great.
Bye, everybody. You're so beautiful.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. You are too.
Love you.
I always cry on these calls. Always.
Everybody.
Thank
you,
Everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Spread the love, everybody. Spread the love.
So Cornelia, can we end it?